Most of us know that the car we drive or the area we live play big roles in auto insurance costs. Few people realize though how much a person's credit rating can impact their auto insurance premiums. They always associate it with getting a mortgage or automobile loan and not getting cheap insurance. Now, nearly every insurer in the US is placing more emphasis on this metric to calculate rates. The bad news is if your credit rating is low, you will probably pay more for coverage. The good news is if your score is high, there are some great deals out there for the smart shopper. Let's take a up-close look at how your credit score impacts car insurance rates and what you can do about it. Get your online quote today at Goodtogoinsurance and save up to 45% instantly. How your credit rating affects insurance rates. Automobile insurance companies utilize an underwriting process that uses multiple factors, which creates a risk algorithm that determines a person's rates. The entire function of the algorithm is to calculate, with an average amount of accuracy, your probability of getting into an accident and filing a claim. In common speak, insurers want to know how risky writing a policy for you is going to be and if you will pay your premiums on time. Accident costs are increasing as healthcare-related expenses have shot up in recent years. Insurance companies claim costs are going up and this means added pressure to raise premiums. Credit score impacts car insurance rates. One way insurers have raised premiums in recent years is to charge more for customers with bad credit. They associate a bad score with higher risk. The data seems to back up this assertion. People that pay their bills on time tend to be more cautious drivers, and you guessed it, get into fewer accidents. On the other hand, those with a bad credit profile take more risks while driving and file more claims. Even if you have a great driving record and have not gotten into an accident in years, if you have a bad credit history, you will probably pay more for coverage. States that do not use credit scores to calculate rates. There are several states that are not allowed to use credit history to determine your car insurance cost. This includes Massachusetts, Hawaii, and California. The other 47 states are authorized to use credit to calculate premiums. If you live in California, you are already paying some of the highest costs in the country, but it always makes sense to keep your credit in good standing. Your credit score is only one of several factors. Although your credit score will play a role in the costs of your coverage, remember it is just one of many factors. Here are a few of the big ones. The zip code where you live. The car you drive. Your driving history. The automobile and model. Your age. If you need lower rates to make your budget work, get a car that is cheap to insure and drive safely. Those are two of the biggest factors that will bring down the cost of your premiums the most. How to improve your credit score. There are several things you have control over that can improve your score. This will not only help you get cheaper car insurance but better rates on key loans, like your mortgage. The first thing you should do is order your credit report. Go over it thoroughly and check it for any errors. If there are non-accurate items, write the 3 major reporting firms and make a note that these items should not be on the report. Explain why and provide as much proof, including receipts of paid bills. The next things you should start doing is pay all of your bills on time each month. Lots of people are unaware that most of your late bills are reported to credit agencies. If you have to pay your bill anyways, it only makes sense to pay it on time. Another tip is not applying for many credit cards. This will tip off lending institutions that you are perhaps desperate for money. Shop for car insurance when your credit score improves. Once you get your credit score up, get ready to go auto insurance shopping. Look for direct providers like Goodtogoinsurance. At Good2Go, you can compare up to 10 quotes in only about 5 minutes. You can also buy your policy. The 5 dumbest things people do while driving. Dumbest things people do while driving. Have you ever been exactly in the center of your lane, driving down the road, when a car drifts over and almost slams into your vehicle? Maybe it is just me, but there seem to be more distracted drivers on the road today than ever before. Effect because dangerous driving can have a deadly effect on innocent motorists regarding crashes. It also causes car insurance rates for all of us to go up, which is not fair at all to all of the safe, responsible motorists. Once you check out all of the crazy things people do in their cars, then get a free online quote from. While there have been numerous laws passed in recent years to combat this issue, it is not going away anytime soon with all the technology addicts that are on the road. Let's take a closer look at the 5 dumbest things people do while driving. Once you check out all of the crazy things people do in their cars, then get a free online quote from Goodtogoinsurance. With direct prices, most consumers with an average or better DMV record can save about $550 annually. Get your INS checkup now and see how easy it is to lower your premiums. Eating while driving. Eating while driving, this is something almost all of us have been guilty of at one time or another. You oversleep and have less than 10 minutes to get ready for work. There is no time to make a respectable breakfast, so you throw some toast in the toaster, grab a muffin or two and head out the door. Now, eating a muffin or toast on behind the wheel is not so dangerous, but I have seen people put toppings like jelly or butter on while going 60 miles per hour. This scary behavior takes their attention off the road, and in just a split second anything can happen. People have slammed into vehicles ahead of them when traffic suddenly slows because they were too busy trying to prepare food when they should be 100% focused on the car in front of them. Aside from chewing gum, don't eat and drive. Personal grooming. Personal grooming while driving. I had a lady in a large Cadillac almost sideswipe me a few years ago because she was trying to comb her monstrous hair, makeup and put on makeup while operating a car going about 45 miles per hour. It's a smart thing to check your rearview mirror frequently for vehicles behind you, but it is never smart to use mirrors in your car to fix hair or put on lipstick. This body grooming in the car can lead to serious incidents and even death. Don't take this dumb risk and stay safe on the road. Reading behind the wheel. The 5 dumbest things people do while driving. Back in Los Angeles about 5 years ago, I was on the 405 and traffic was stopped and go, but still moving. I looked over to my left, and a gentleman had the newspaper spread out over his steering wheel. He was driving with one hand and occasionally looked up. This behavior is so stupid because at any moment he can lose track of the cars in front of him and crash. Even a mild accident going 15 mph can cause serious injuries. Texting while driving. Texting while driving. This is a huge issue for young people that has sadly cost thousands of lives. Texting is as dangerous or more so than driving intoxicated. Kids feel the intense need to reply instantly to the most mundane things, even if it sacrifices their safety. Even though lawmakers have passed strict texting and driving laws, teenagers seem to ignore them, and the problem is only getting worse. If you have to text, pull over, stop your vehicle and only then send out texts. Driving while drunk. Drinking while driving. This is by far one of the leading causes of death in the US each year. Thousands of people lose their lives by these selfish people that drive while inebriated. If you go out and party, always assigns a designated driver and never get behind the wheel if you have had more than one drink. Not only can you save your life but the lives of other innocent motorists as well. Now that you have checked out the 5 dumbest things people do while driving, here is a helpful tip on how to get lower insurance premiums. Just take a few minutes and get quoted with Goodtogoinsurance. With direct rates, you can save hundreds yearly, and that is just plain smart. Auto accidents linked to marijuana are on the rise. Insurance marijuana. For many years, accidents involving alcohol use grabbed all the headlines. Victim advocate organizations like MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, sought to increase punishment for drivers under the influence of alcohol. Now there is a new threat on the horizon. Auto accidents that are linked to marijuana are increasing, and as a consequence, car insurance rates are going up. Get your free quote from Goodtogoinsurance and check rates online safely and securely in less than 5 minutes. In recent years, with the legalization of recreational marijuana in several states, drivers who are intoxicated from THC levels are increasing. What is also spiking are crashes that are attributed to driver error as a result of high levels of marijuana intoxication. The problem is surging and growing more widespread each year, as the drug gains more users. Vehicular accidents that resulted in death that were traced to THC levels in the blood have doubled in the state of Washington alone after marijuana became legal. This has resulted in auto insurance claims that are extremely costly, and as no surprise, insurers have risen rates to offset the costs of paying out expensive claims. According to the AAA, the American Automobile Association, this problem will only get worse. This is because as more states legalize the use of recreational marijuana, the result is more drivers under the influence of this powerful drug getting behind the wheel while intoxicated. The takeaway from the AAA finding is that more attention needs to be given to marijuana use and the dangers of driving. If more states make casual marijuana use legal, then one day it will become a national problem, like alcohol-related incidents on the roadways is today. In the last few years, several Western states have passed recreational marijuana usage laws. This includes Colorado, Alaska, Oregon, and in the upper Northeast, Washington. The even bigger spread of this popular drug is due to the medical marijuana use. Almost 50% of the U.S. states have passed laws for it, and lawmakers are behind the wheel literally in passing driving laws to keep up with the progression of the drug's widespread use. At this time, just Washington state along with Colorado have specific driving laws in place. Motorists that get pulled over with THC levels in the blood of 5 nanograms milliliter are considered driving while intoxicated. The other legalized states, Alaska, Oregon, do not have any specific legal limits. This leaves the judgment of whether a motorist is impaired up to law enforcement officers. Will auto insurance rates go up due to increased marijuana usage? This also leaves a new concern for auto insurers and rate hikes passed on to everyone as crashes increase. One study found that before marijuana was legalized, about 8% of Washington's deadly accidents found traces of THC in the driver's bloodstream. Now that number has shot up to 17% since 2012. The overall rate of vehicle crashes also went up in Wa State after the legalization. This gives more weight to the argument that marijuana is a dangerous drug and should be controlled carefully and not legalized. At the moment, with marijuana only legal in 4 states, car insurance rates have not been affected nationally. The concern for all drivers should be one of safety and cost if one day this popular drug gets legalized in all states. Auto accidents and deaths will surely rise if this occurs, along with increased premiums. The common sense approach if you are a pot user is to never get behind the wheel if you have smoked in the past 24 hours. You are not only jeopardizing your life but the life of all the other drivers that share the road. To get the best direct auto insurance coverage, check out Good2Go online right away. You can compare several quotes side by side in minutes and even buy your policy online. Get quoted now and save more of your hard-earned money. Get quoted. Auto insurance fraud. One of the reasons insurance premiums are on the rise has nothing to do with real accidents but a common problem called auto insurance fraud. Each year insurers spend over $40 billion dealing with this ongoing issue. If you are like me, you are tired of seeing your premiums go up each year, and a big reason why is because of the criminals that create false claims within the insurance industry. There are steps we can take to cut down on this problem, but we all need to take action and do our part. Most people get frustrated when their provider sends them a notice telling them their rates are going up by 5% or 10% when they have not had an accident or a ticket in years. Most think the company is being greedy and just trying to rake in as much profit as possible. That is, however, not entirely true. One of the main reasons why costs escalate and then get passed down to consumers in the way of higher rates is car ins fraud. This crime is big business and is the second most common white-collar crime in the USA.